and our presenter today, whom I didn't realize before, which is why it just says Jeff on the slide. But this is Dr. Jeff Siler. Please give him a hand.
People that hear me talk and watch the way I act and then hear doctor, they know somebody's making something up.
I would never lie to them.
She ain't lying. I got a PhD in chemical engineering, and I'm living proof there is a God and he has a sense of humor, because he made me really smart and he made me act like and talk like this. So go figure. But my talk today, and I brought a couple of toys, is interactive glass, a touchy subject. Because talk about struggles in business, I'm trying to educate people about something they've never seen, don't have any reference to go by, and I get a lot of puppy dog looks because it doesn't make any sense. Outside of that, it's a breeze. Let me rewind the clock a little bit and tell you how this phenomenal person got here today. In 1987, I came down fresh out of graduate school from Kentucky. That explains the accent. To work in Aiken. I was going to tear the corporate R&D world up, doing my own thing. Didn't work really well, but I hung in there. But I realized test tubes and spreadsheets really wasn't my thing. One day I saw a video play on a computer. I thought that was the coolest thing. And I got to thinking, if I could figure out how to do that with all of the great work we do, it would make the PowerPoints after lunch that the engineers and scientists do a whole lot better. So I basically turned myself into a media muffin in '98. And 7 years of fun and games from there ended one day when they said, thanks for the memories and we'll walk you to the gate when you get your stuff boxed up. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So I said, by golly, I'm going into business. I don't want that to happen again. I didn't have any idea what going into business meant or how to do it, but I wasn't going to let that get in the way, because I'm an engineer and we figure stuff out. I love to help folks do what they do better. I prefer to be in the background helping them instead of the limelight. So my business model at first was to figure out everything I could figure out to help people with. That is a really stupid business model. Because when you got no money to brand yourself, it's hard to brand yourself as all-encompassing. And I'm a slow learner, so it took me 11 years to figure out that was a bad idea. And actually, our business kind of wound up pivoting for me, because we wound up focusing on interactive displays. And actually, I decided at that point in life, with the ideas that were starting coming to me, again, God has a sense of humor, but he loves to turn me loose with ideas. I've decided there's two words you can use to describe me that you can say in mixed company. It's innovator and inventor. Because 3 years ago, I had taken enough displays, TVs and computers, and set them up and seen enough people do it. I got the idea, let's make something you can roll in, open up, have a touch screen, and do trade shows and expos a little easier. So the showcase came to be. I was showing that to a realtor who said, I really want something I can put on my window. So I looked around to find, how can I make glass touchy? So I found a capacitive film that I can laminate the glass, and I can make glass touchy. And, my big blinding flash of the obvious after a while, we developed a digital signage program that I now call Cloud Screen, because we had a web preview. Normally, digital signage lives on the wall behind a TV, you push content to it and everything's great. But it dawned on me, since we've got a web preview feature built into this, that wait a minute, I could put this together, feed it through web pages, people could send out URLs to their event and have virtual events. So Cloud Screen was born. And I'm promoting this one to schools as, instead of just printing the program, sponsors are in the back, why don't you put a page together, promote it through social media and get lots of people that can't be there. So, oh, here's the clicker. Okay, again, when I went into business, I was not planning on going into business. So, as Big Bopper said, we got no money, honey, but I got to figure something out. So, the one thing I do that you will see me at things all the time, we're in 5 different chambers between Columbia and Evans, Georgia. I'm in the B&I chapter in West Columbia. I'm in this 1 Million Cups chapter, and I also go to the one in Augusta once a month. I keep praying because God's in charge and we're going to get her done. And I just keep on keeping on. You got to keep going. So I heard in a 1 Million Cups meeting a few weeks back about what's an avatar of your perfect client. And I guess I'm schizophrenic because with the products we've got, I don't really have one avatar. For Cloud Screen, it's virtual events. This is for people that may be going and doing a presentation to DOT and want something cool they could take stuff in and people interact with, or recruiters, or whatever. Now this bad boy will make your head hurt with possibilities because this is your front window. This is, if you use two-way glass, you've got an interactive mirror wherever at in the business. If you wanted an interactive table, whoops, get back here. How are we doing on time? Must be doing good, nobody's talking to me.
You're right at 6 minutes.
Well, yay! Give me 30 seconds and I'll shut up. The Windows operating system will let 40 different fingers do something at the same time, so you could do some insane things on the table. And the great thing about this touch screen or this smart board, it's glass, so if it gets dirty, wash it off. You could do this on the window of a vehicle. Imagine first responders parking it, clicking on the window. You know, I took it over to an art school and set it up and fired up Microsoft Paint. I did not have to ask for volunteers to come up and touch this thing. Our successes, we've got digital bulletin boards in a couple of manufacturing plants. These are more traditional monitors. One facility uses touch, the other ones you just look at them. We've got a couple of installations of the interactive glass. If you're down in Aiken, I'll take you to lunch downtown and we can go by and shop for houses. If you're going through the airport past TSA in Columbia, you can go over and check out the kiosk. Now you can touch and it actually does something. But what I've decided to do since I've got multiple markets is I'm looking for a posse that if I show somebody the glass and they say, that would be fabulous for this, I'll say, you're absolutely right, let's go market to that. If I show that to somebody and they say, that would be great for trade shows or people doing this or people doing that, I say, you're absolutely right, go get them, Tiger. Cloud Screen, man, that would be great for schools to do something. Bingo, get us in front of ADs and principals and administrators. That's who we need to talk to. So I'm looking to put together a posse of about 3 or 4 people to help me because with all of this, there's maintenance contracts built into it, and that's going to be residual income, and that's the gift that keeps giving. And that's my story, and I'm sticking with it.